Hi everyone, welcome to Find Motor Activities with Kim. I hope you got started with your French knitting yesterday. For some of you guys, it's probably really tricky, and that's okay because this is quite a hard activity. I know there's lots of different boys and girls out there sort of joining in, so I wanted to make sure there was something a little bit harder for some of the children that wanted something harder. But hopefully you've been able to sort of get started, and with some adult help you've been able to get going with it. Because once you get into the pattern, actually it comes along quite quickly. And I'm looking forward to doing some more of that today. But first of all, we'll stand up and do our warm-up. Today we're going to keep going with our 8s. And what we've practiced is just doing the hand. And then some people have been adding in watching their hand as it goes. What we're going to try and do today, if you're still just practicing the hand, I want you to try and follow it with your eyes, okay? Now, if you've been following it with your eyes, I want to see if you can keep your head still, because sometimes when you follow it with your eyes, your head moves, and that's okay because we've just been practicing getting the idea. But what we're going to do today is try and keep our head still as well, and just move our eyes. So head stays steady and our eyes are moving and our hand is doing the 8. This is really tricky. It's totally okay if you can't do it, and if you're just doing an 8, or if you're doing your heads moving as well, that's okay. But if you're okay with those things, I want to see if you can try and just make your eyes move as your hand's going around in the 8. And your head's steady, your body's steady, and your hand is moving and your eyes are following your hand. So do 10 with your right hand and then swap over, and I want you to do 10 with your left hand. You're going to try and just move your eyes and your hand. Okay. You might be a bit slower than me, and that is completely okay. I'm going to do 3 more. Okay, so I want you to do 10 on each hand. If you haven't finished, that's okay, just keep going, and then when you're ready, you can move on to the next activity. So hopefully yesterday you were able to cast on and you've all got a little bit of knitting started. If you kept going, yours will be at the bottom. Mine's almost at the bottom. But if you didn't keep going after we'd finished, then it won't be that long. But today we're just going to keep going. So we're going to go across, around, and then over. Across, around, and over. Across, around, and over, and across, around, and over. Okay, and oh, mine's nearly, if I pull it, I've just another round and it's almost at the bottom again. So around, over, around, and over, and around, and over. Now what you might want to do, if you've got different coloured wools, what you can do is make sure you keep enough so you can tie it. So cut off that one, and then what you can do is tie on a different colour, and that means that your knitting will be a different colour when it comes out. So when you tie it on, I normally trim the edges off so that the knot's less visible. And then you can keep going in a different colour. So what will happen if you just keep going as you were, cross around and over, what will happen is the grey, well, or whatever your new colour is, for me it's obviously grey, will come in. So across, around and over, and across, around and over, and across, around and over, and across, around and over. And now all of my sticks have got grey on them, and I'm continuing on the grey. Now, what we're going to do for the next couple of days is something different, but I want you to keep going with your knitting to see how long you can get it. And then what I will show you on Friday is how you can, what's called cast off. So take it off without it falling apart. It's really important that you do that correctly, because if you do it the wrong way, the whole thing will just fall apart, and that will be very sad given that you've spent lots of time and done lots of work to make it work. Okay, so keep going, and it should be, if you have a look at mine now, it's all coming out the bottom, and yours should all be coming out the bottom, and depending on how much you do will depend on how long it will be, and on Friday we'll finish it. Thanks for joining today. Tomorrow, instead of doing the French knitting, we are going to be doing some cutting and folding, and the templates are there under week 10 on the GriffinOT website on the Fine Motor Activities with Kim page. So make sure you've got them ready for tomorrow, and you can keep going with your knitting because we will be casting off on Friday. So keep knitting and also get the templates ready, and we'll keep going, and Friday I'll show you how to cast off.